Danganronpa. Now, the last time we've seen this, we were... hold on real quick. Can I not? Oh, okay, so this is the skills. Vocabulary. Increase bullet... Yeah. Okay, ow. Hold on. Okay, here it is. As you can see, is lower as much as I can. The voice will still be there. Alright. Preparations are set. Everything is set. So, in case you missed last week's live stream, Chihiro is gone now, right? And now we have to figure out who killed her and why. This is actually going to be pretty good for me, since this is going to be a trial of the century. Second thing, before we start, I want to give a big shout out to Skeletoons for this amazing thumbnail he made. I'm not sure you can be able to see it now due to the video just starting, but once it's up there, I'll show you guys see what I'm talking about. So I'll also leave a link to the description for his YouTube channel. You guys gotta check him out. He is really good. Yeah, that's about... Oh, one more thing. This video and everything else is made by the Danganronpa people. Anyone else who claims this video would basically just is fabricating it and making it harder for the system to actually work. I apologize, this is weird for me saying this, but I have to, because there are certain people who are basically exploiting that copyright claim, saying it's theirs when unfortunately it is not. So yeah, I know it's weird. I apologize for all that, but like I said, I had to say this so that people will stop copyright claiming my videos when in fact it is not true. Alright, let's begin.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
But we already know it.
Your votes will determine the results.
We already know it, though.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Excuse me?
Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Oh, we already know what the murder weapon was. It's a dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Well, we already know it, though.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, it was not.
No, that's wrong.
I'm sorry for the sound effects being kind of low too, but it was kind of messing with my ear.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
I can't
It
change
was
it.
covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Mm-hmm.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Exactly. Oh, I can't change it. Okay, hold on real quick. I apologize, guys, but I know some of you... Well, maybe not some, but...
As far as I'm concerned, there's
We'll
no
need some
mistake
sound
and
effect.
no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
I mean, how?
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Oh, is it now?
For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Yeah, but I've also proven to myself, and to the audience too, last week, that's not true. Genocide Jack did not kill... not at all. Genocide Jack did not kill Chihiro. No way he could have killed her.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Exactly.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so...
Oh, come on!
Speaking of I don't know who that is!
Oh, come on. You guys seen it. I pressed the thing and
The culprit is Genocide. Case closed.
But that...
Why?
Well, I mean, there's just no proof for it.
I've been pressing the R2 instead of the R1. That's my fault. But yeah.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Why you?
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
Jeez,
According
really?
to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Thank you.
What more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Excuse me real quick, people. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Had a phone call real quick. Alright, let's get back into it. Now, other characteristics. How the killer was positioned.
I got it!
Pretty much.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
But there's also another thing, too.
However,
fact, three things.
Chihiro was most definitely the same way.
Not really.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Dude, I'm telling
There's
you,
only
it's...
one logical answer I can think of.
Dude, there's another
It's
reason.
because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No, if you look at the pictures...
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Okay, that one...
In fact, it's Toko.
Excuse me?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Excuse me?
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I mean, it's not that complicated, my dude. Ah, Hangman. I hate Hangman. Well, whatever. No. No. I mean, yes, but no. Oh, wait. this. Finally, I got it right.
Now I understand.
But is that really a word?
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Excuse me?
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Excuse me? Oh,
I
wait.
got it!
Sorry, I'm
You're talking
somewhat
about
paying
how she
attention.
started acting totally different than usual, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Yeah, I did think that was weird. Even for Toko, it was kind of weird. What the... Yeah... I can't help her on that one. She was acting kind of weird. But no, there's no way that Toko killed her. Not even freaking Fukawa, dude.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Melancholy tones? What the heck is that?
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
What?
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
I didn't know that actually was a thing.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yep. Apparently that was the case. I won't let Genocide Jack... Well, that actually explains what she was saying, but come on! I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
But... that doesn't make any sense.
How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her.
How?
What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Oh, did you know?
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
Why would you
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude.
Aha, I knew trepidation
right,
was a word.
Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Excuse me?
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
You jerkwad.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
And she didn't.
But in spite of that promise...
I swear to freaking God. Look, we found evidence proving that it was a guy who killed Chihiro, not a girl. Wait a minute. If Chihiro's a girl, how could possibly be in the boys' room?
You would go out with me.
Oh my God!
That's the only reason I promised.
Oh, I'm still
How
gonna
many times
defend.
do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Excuse me?
I hate you.
Well,
yeah.
The opening act is nearly finished.
What?
All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The
what?
person?
I mean, how are you going...
Don't mean...
I mean, how exactly are you going to get her to tell us? That makes absolutely no... Hello?
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Jesus Christ!
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Okay, I'm so much as I admit it, I can agree on this one, but come on, my dude.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
Huh?
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
I mean, it's a split personality,
yes, well,
so
the
it
world
kind of
is
makes sense.
composed of a front and a back, you know.
Excuse me?
Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
What's with these...
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Yeah, I kind of agree with Makoto on this one. Yeah, it is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Don't...
Just kidding!
Then, it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another
That would've
thing,
been...
the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless!
How are they powerless?
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Buck wild?
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The
Evil.
act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This
No.
murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
No.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
There's always a motive for killing.
Motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well,
I don't think it was
let's
supposed to be
assume
about
that Toko's
Toko's.
secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
True, but I doubt
So
it was
she had
her.
a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting.
Again, I very doubt it's her.
Interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
What? What? How?
Huh?
Hold on. Am I still recording? Yes, I am.
One other than
Sorry, I was
you
trying to make
could
sure I was
murder
recording.
someone
Wait,
in
what?
such
How?
a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
See?
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Okay, why would a serial killer lie
I could
about...
never believe a word you say, you monster!
Okay, I can understand why they would lie about not taking one, but why would they lie about taking one? If they didn't. Some still about... Thank you, Makoto. Thank you. Thank you, sweet Makoto. Thank you, Black Panther. I miss you. Aha!
but I didn't kill anyone.
That's true.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
I do.
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches.
What the hell?
No,
what the heck is a modus operandi? Well, I'm done with this. I'm gonna have to look that up because I have no idea what the heck that
Are the
means.
methods of murder really exactly the same?
Oh, that's what it
I'm
means?
not so sure about
okay.
that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Slight. There's a huge difference.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me
Garbage?
tell you!
Where'd that come from?
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Sure.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
So murder's like Italian food to you?
But what happened to Chihiro?
Was messed up.
It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Where's this food coming from?
This is no creation of mine.
Man, she's talking about food. I'm getting
Let
hungry.
me rephrase that in
Please.
a way that maybe makes more sense.
Yes, please, do so.
There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Okay. One was the fatal injuries, if I remember correctly. Because Genocide Jack...
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Right. Thank you.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wait a minute, you said you had a
Wouldn't it be strange
thing. I
for
want to know what
someone
that
who kills
was.
the same way without fail to suddenly
hold on,
change their
hold on.
method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Sorry about
Could you
that.
please
Again,
stop comparing killing
roommates
people to
talking,
cooking?
so... Yes, exactly, thank you.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yes. Yes. How
I got it!
exactly?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
Wait, what?
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
I mean...
And
True.
you know what else?
True, serial
Big Mac
killers...
said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
What's with this food stuff?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's
Wait a
actually
minute.
one more difference.
Wait a minute, did you just refer to
My
Makoto as
word,
Big Mac?
You really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in
I'm
each
sorry for harping on this,
Genocide
but-
Jack case.
What is with this food?
There's a pattern there, just
It's making me
waiting
hungry.
to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Wow. It's gotta be... It's pretty huge, too. I kinda said it in the thing, but... I didn't notice. Yeah, well, Chihiro was, you know... a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What's with the tongue? I'm not even gonna lie, it's kind of weird.
In all the genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Hen, there are two. Kenhara, there are two. I'm gonna butcher these names. I'm not even gonna try anymore. Well, basically they're all guys, and for once they're actually older than Chihiro.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Remind me not
The hell is wrong with you?
Exactly, thank you!
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
A
So since
full-fledged...
Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Exactly.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Enough with the food!
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
Yes, there is, my dude.
It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Why would she do such a thing?
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
Cur?
What the
I
heck
would
is that?
never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Wait, why am I defending a serial killer?
If by some fluke I did kill to survive,
I defend anyone who's
why would
innocent,
I bother
honestly.
with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
I mean, where are you gonna get
Who
them
would go
though?
out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Huh?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
I mean, that's a very good question.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay,
Where do you
whatever.
even get
There still
them?
aren't any in the school.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you sure about that?
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Da-da-da-da!
Oh, that pose, it scares me.
She's fully equipped.
That's
Don't
right.
say it like
So
that.
I can kill anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
Why'd you say rope?
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
Gutter dogs?
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot.
What?
So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Well, I guess that proves her innocence. Calm
I have
down.
no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Yeah, apparently.
But
hold on
the
again.
body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I hate when people call me who are like, just tell me about factory runtings a car. But here's the thing. I don't own a car. I don't own a vehicle at all. Alright, so who are we going for? Oh yeah, Byakuya.
Here's my answer.
Yeah, you.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records.
Since he's the ultimate
Plus,
whatever.
you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Yes.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was
To prove that he...
because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Exactly.
Oh, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well,
Stop saying
Byakuya, what's
that.
your response?
And I highly
see.
doubt
So
Byakuya
now
did
the
it.
suspicion falls on me.
Yeah,
Then I
exactly.
must ask, When would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Exactly. I mean, why would you automatically assume looking at the girls' locker room instead of the guys' locker room? I mean, if it were me, don't get me wrong, all guys think that, but unless you're a pervert, I highly recommend not going to the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls'
and this is for all guys too.
Right
Do
away,
not go to
right?
the girls' locker room, like, at all.
Since you're a
No,
guy,
zero, zada, nada, zero.
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah, exactly.
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But
Nothing
we
strange
didn't.
about that, I'd say.
But we didn't know Chihiro died, though.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
The victim was Chihiro. So before the... So if you knew the victim was Chihiro, right, you would have assumed... And you guys know what I'm saying. I have a very hard time.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
Extremely.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it!
No, you
That's
don't.
A natural reaction for any guy!
Not all
The
guys.
victim was
Chihiro, who was a girl.
What the heck? Wait, why is my Monokuma file too?
Shoot!
Wait, what? I'm so lost now.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was
Okay,
acting
that's why.
weird... how?
Before we found the...
if you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls'
See, this is why I need to
locker
freaking
room,
look at...
You
So that's a natural reaction. The victim.
Victim was Chihiro.
That's my fault.
No, that's wrong.
I didn't read the whole thing. Yes. Gosh, ding, dang, boom, bang, dong.
I'll tell you what's so
Excuse my
strange about
racist
that.
thing. I'm just mad. I'm trying to find ways
Because
to say
up
things without
until we
being
actually
swearing.
discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the
Sweet
victim
pandemic
was.
Christian.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
How?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us. What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. There absolutely is.
There is.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
Thank you, Giri.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Why are you so quiet now? So anytime I think there's a little thing going on, I need to freaking do that.
What? The difference between the cases?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And
Exactly.
I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope.
Exactly.
Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen
That rope before and...
Don't lie to me.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, don't lie to me.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you see, that rope, Or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
Exactly.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
Something's not
I
right.
intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Something's totally not right.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened.
Exactly.
So that's it, right?
Wait, hold
Byakuya is
on.
the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
How?
What about all that bothers you?
A lot, actually. There's a lot. Oh, shoot! No! Dang it! I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry, guys.
I got it! But are you sure about that?
I wasn't paying attention.
Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
Getting text messages and
How
everything else.
disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Mm-hmm.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Mm-hmm. That just take your guard. Oh! Just take the guard off. Now things are gonna get interesting.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Makoto. If there's any
Sorry, I'm
chance the
getting
murder
text
took
messages and
place
it's kind
somewhere
of
else,
distracting
let's see
me
the
while I'm
proof.
doing this, so I apologize, my guys. I seem to. Well, one of the things I gotta say, absolutely, is the posters. There it is.
I got it!
Yes!
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular
what do you mean
boy band
fake?
Tornado. Again,
That's actually a
that
band
doesn't
name
really seem to
in that
belong in a
universe?
boys' locker room.
Well, true.
So you're
Well,
saying
unless they
that
swing
maybe
that
the
way,
posters were
in that
switched?
case, I understand.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Wait,
You're
Sakura knows?
referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Protein coffee?
Yeah, that
While
actually
I was
exists.
in the girls' locker room earlier,
I think. I know
spilled
there's-
some protein coffee on the carpet.
I know there's coffee...
But I noticed that after the murder,
coffee
the stain
milk,
had been
but
totally
protein
scrubbed
coffee?
away.
No, that's not it. It was just moved. Let's see. Where's my proof on that? Boys' locker room. Here it is.
I got it!
Yeah.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
Yeah.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then,
Yeah.
does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Mm-hmm.
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's where that
In other
loophole comes
words,
in.
In order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Mm-hmm.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger
lot,
question.
actually.
If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room,
Uh-huh.
then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
You know, that's actually a very good question.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room.
Mm-hmm.
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Huh.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
How? Explain to me how, Chihiro. And this looks kind of weird. Broken e-handbook, okay.
Is it really possible?
Yes, it is.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Mm-hmm.
I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
You can't hack an e-handbook.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
You can't hack it.
No, I don't think that's it.
Thank you.
She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I think we know what
I'm
he's talking
talking
about.
about Leon's handbook.
Broken, my dude.
No, that's wrong.
Wait, is it broken? Oh.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Oh. I think I know who did it.
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
It's not Leon's.
Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty
It's not
impossible,
Leon's. It's the
I am
killer's.
struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
He's kind of
Plus,
right, but kind of
isn't
wrong.
there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Against her dead.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
Wait, why would you say that?
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer
You
skills
can't
and...
hack it.
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
Exactly.
So if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
No,
It
it's
seems
right.
like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room.
Unless she's
So
a
I guess
guy.
so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
No, you idiot! No! He's right on the money! He's right on the noodle! He's right on the noodle! Ah, son of a turkey! I gotta use that from now on.
Hold on a second.
Oh, now you start talking!
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
Thank you.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
Yes.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial?
Wait, a
I'd
recess?
like you all to come see something.
God, I missed recess when I was a kid.
Wait,
That was nice.
wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Excuse me?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Yeah.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
For real.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh,
Again,
I have no doubt
you
it'll
missed
meet
a
your
bear
lofty
joke
expectations.
right there. You missed
So,
a
shall we
bear
go?
joke. What is with him missing these bear jokes? So before I knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us? Yeah. Man, that still creeps me out.
The girls' locker room?
Mm-hmm.
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Examine it? Okay.
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
I thought you said very carefully.
Carefully?
I'd rather have you not.
Using our hands?
I'd rather you not do it.
No way!
Thank you.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Not a girl, dude.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
I call bull.
Very well. I'll do it.
What is with these berries? It sounds like berry. I don't know why.
You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
I'm not sure about that.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Shut it! You're more perverted than him.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Uh-huh.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body?
Mm-hmm.
I know you say that, but... What?
Yep.
This is... What is this?
Whoa!
What is it?
Yeah.
Not possible. It's not possible.
What's not possible? Sakura's eyes were shaking wildly as Chihiro's life formed her mouth. Wow. So what you trying to tell me?
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Ah! Oh, I already knew that.
see.
I figured that out.
She was actually a he.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
You're joking,
His
right?
face when he did that. That's
I wouldn't
hilarious.
joke about this.
That was the perfect time for that.
Then it's really true?
Why would you? That was fun.
Chihiro was a guy?
I think that's what she...
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
How did you figure it out?
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Huh.
He was a cross-dresser?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Mm-hmm.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Let's
We've
do
all
so.
just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
I think Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never crossed my mind. Well, I mean...
And because the victim was
kinda.
male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
That's true.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Mm-hmm.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Shut it, Bear.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
What
The
does
victim
that...
was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
I guess want to show pride.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
That is true.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Thank you.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Wait, you're supposed to be the smart one. How did you not figure it out?
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
No, I don't know.
Very interesting.
If he
This
knew...
has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
If
What
he
about
had
you,
done
Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
it...
Well, without a
just too
doubt,
much proof.
Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I
He doesn't think he did it.
think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He
Overt?
consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Well, that's... Actually, that makes sense.
At least, that's how I see it.
It's not
And
concrete.
Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but... it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct, for the time being.
Huh?
Mark it as
Correct.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
You jerk.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Seems like he's mad about something.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Dude, it's okay to swear.
I find it very hard to believe.
It's the
Go
truth,
ahead.
though.
Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
Yeah.
if you're really telling the truth, then Why? Why do you do that to his body?
Actually, that makes a good point.
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
Yeah.
We're seriously gonna keep going?
Yeah.
We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Exactly.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Thank you.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Thank you.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Yes, he does.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Wow.
Anyway,
Okay,
let's
yeah,
discuss
I
this all as a group one more time.
Sorry, I'm still
We still have time
trying
to
to
make
wake
our
up a little.
decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Is this really a game of hide and seek? Is it really a murder of hide and seek? Because that makes no sense. I want to be sure the killer is a guy. We can know that for a fact.
I got it!
Since the crime takes place in the boys' rock room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Well, yeah, duh. Since Leon's apparently broken, it's not Leon's handbook, though. Because going back to what Monokuma said, that the punishment, the execution Leon did, wasn't enough to break the handbook. It was someone else who did it. The weak point.
Isn't there a single
Whoops, wrong button. I apologize.
clue that might lead us to who did it?
There should be.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Yeah, exactly.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
That's good.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
Don't say that.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
No, that's not true.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Why do you
The
say
rest
that?
of you had no
Makoto?
idea,
Isn't it Makoto?
Did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Ugly
Whatever!
noises?
Just hurry up and tell us!
What do you mean by ugly
It was
noises?
last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse.
Oh, that's
I
right.
saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
No.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Exactly.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
And what's that? We're going kind of in a hurry. Oh, yeah.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times.
Right.
And he always declined.
Right, that's because he was a guy.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we
Yep.
just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Do we?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Really?
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the
Jeez.
track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Mm-hmm.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
Yes.
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
There has to
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
be. Sure, let's do that. Alright, sorry. Alright, let's get to this. Time to avenge Chihiro.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Yes, we do.
He was on his way to go exercise.
That is true.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
Well, isn't it obvious?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Yes.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same...
Excuse me? We didn't say
No,
the color
it's
of it. You're busted, Mondo Water.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I still... Yeah, it didn't say what color the bag was.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Busted!
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then,
Exactly.
Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Too late.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
If he did, he will explain why he burned them.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Exactly.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only
Cherry?
possibility.
Sorry, that's my light. Cherry, yeah.
Cherry. Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
That's too late.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
How?
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, he wasn't. It was in a bag.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony... When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
Exactly.
If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Yeah, but you gave him the shovel,
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Oh, really? How?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Exactly.
You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Exactly.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Sorry, I don't mean to skip so much, but...
Frightful.
Especially on auto, but
No,
I don't know.
I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Exactly.
Mondo?
Why
was
did you,
it really
Mondo?
you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Because you just...
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
How is a false accusation? He just kind of admitted
It's
it.
true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
No, we're not.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Yeah, exactly. I want to know what this evidence
Really?
was.
What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
No, it has to be related.
Does
Tell
your
me.
confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
An e-handbook? It's Chihiro's.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
It's broken, though.
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant.
But there is
it
a
would take an
weakness.
awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
But it's not
For all your
Leon's.
confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
They hit the weak point.
I
There.
got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that?
Mhm.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So,
Big
what
time.
is it?
Might as well tell us now, Monokuma.
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you
Why is
want
she still
this to be
looking
a
so
fair
mad?
trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it,
Why
that
would anyone
would be
copy a
very
murder?
not good.
Just
Why would
tell
I-
us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Exactly.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then
Why
allow
would
me
we?
to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
That's definitely...
Flippin' knew it!
Why did you say
knew it?
flipping?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Ah!
The
That
temperature in the
proves it.
sauna can
It's
reach
Mondo.
over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's
Yeah, it is strange.
because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot
didn't know that.
air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
Yeah, that's
So
good to
when
know.
you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
That's good to know.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Oh yeah, me too.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But
Exactly.
how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
But someone else knows.
Indeed.
Makoto
Quite the
knows too.
mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
Mm-hmm.
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
He's still looking mad.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Someone stupid.
I
Someone
don't
idiotic.
know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Someone who just having an
I
endurance
might know
test.
someone who did.
Yes, right.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Mondo Awada. Why are you looking so mad? It wasn't you, my dude. It was not you, my dude. It was someone else. With a pompadour look. The crazy man himself. Mondo Awada.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Because it's
Mondo
true.
and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Yeah, Mr. Military Man and Mondo did.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Exactly.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Exactly. Got nothing to say,
Wait,
Mondo?
hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
Yes, he would.
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
It's a broken handbook. Which means he took Leon's. That brings my mystery down. If you say worthless, fine. I like to see a proof of that. So I need to go to broken handbook.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If
Okay.
what he says is
There we
correct,
go.
then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Intro. Yep.
In other words, If Mondo's handbook is actually broken,
Mm-hmm.
then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Why do you keep saying
my
Makoto?
goddamn handbook
works just fine.
Then prove it.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
A lot.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
Think about
What I
it.
mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Mm-hmm.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's
Exactly.
right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
Exactly.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Correct.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Unless they're dead. That's what I think.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
It
Well,
should
Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
be. Yeah.
I'm happy
say
to
it.
admit I made a mistake, but
I don't think you did, my dude.
Son of a bitch.
He even.
What's wrong, bro?
He's even
Come on,
given up.
Tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong.
Look, Mr. Military Man.
Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
No, he's not.
okay. Then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Look, Mr. Military Man, you have to admit
That
he
way,
is
everything will
done.
become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
112% done. Hurry. First, it would have to be the gym bag here. Then, the e-handbook. Wait, hold on. Is it the e-handbook? Yes. Chihiro walking in. And then, the killer with the dumbbell. Oh. And then why is there still some from the old cases? That's my question. Wait, hold on. Is this not supposed to be used? No, because that copies that. Okay. And that makes no sense. Alright. Poster. Okay, so I got it wrong. There we go. Okay, so I gotta keep going. So next would be here. Why is there so much here? Steam door room. Again, why is there so much of the old case there? I think that's it. Gym bag.
Here's exactly what
I
happened.
hope this is right.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Yep.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Yep. Okay, that one was right.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
That's right.
She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Simple.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Big time, my dude. Big time.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro,
killed her. Or killed him.
and attacked him.
Jeez.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment.
Twisted jerk.
The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Nice.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room.
Nice,
A girl's
nice.
handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
Exactly, since we figured out that Chihiro was a guy.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall.
Exactly.
Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work.
Exactly.
They
Dang,
changed the
dude.
layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
That actually makes sense.
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation,
In other
making
words,
things even more complicated.
blame the whole thing on Toko.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
Dang,
He
dude.
used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
That's messed up.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna.
Where do you dispose the bag and all
They
that?
planned to destroy the last piece of evidence,
That's
Chihiro's
actually a
handbook.
question I had. But you know what? Whatever. We got it. We got the bastard.
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget.
See, you already figured it out.
Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Isn't that
And
right?
that's how it all played out.
Alright.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Wait.
Give up already.
No, this can't be right. Where's
It
your
is
evidence?
right.
Yeah. Where's your evidence?
You got the freaking handbook.
You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Yes, we can. We can definitely do that. Got the handbook he has is Leon's. And if we happen to open it up, it'll say the names. Just like how he opened up Sayaka's and her name came up. It'll be time to do that. Yeah, I've learned to always do that. Negative bonus, turn during the press R1 button. Favorite time will activate, and the tempo will force its maxed. At this point, you'll be able to push the button randomly. You won't miss. Oh, okay. So you can push X square, however you want to destroy the. Oh, okay. It only lasts until the focus gauge runs out. Okay, so be sure. So make sure. Okay, because it isn't fair. Only you. Yeah, that's true. Nah, it's not gentle. Definitely not gentle, but it's a good thing. We know about that.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
I'm pressing square, my dude.
Show me some evidence.
Hold on, I'm pressing square, my dude. Oh, I'm pressing triangle, I
won't listen. False.
That's my fault.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
That should prove it right there and then. I've been pressing square instead of triangle, ladies and gentlemen. That's my fault. Ow.
If my thinking so far
My
is
brain.
right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Mm-hmm.
Once we do that, we'll...
Yep.
We don't gotta do that.
What?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
You bastard. What the hell were you thinking? A. Got all A's, baby. Ooh, we got 85 mono points. Sweet.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just...
Give up. Exactly.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Yep.
Roger that.
Wait.
Although I do feel bad for Mondo, but
Waiting,
still.
no holding on.
Mm-hmm.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank.
Mm-hmm.
Who will you elect as the blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
The right one.
What's it gonna be? What's it
Considering
gonna
A,
be?
he admitted it, and B, we got all the evidence pointing it was Mondo. Mondo, why would you do that?
What?
Uh-oh, this time looks like you got it right again. Yes, it's so. The blackened who killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada! I knew it. Why are you smiling? In case you were wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to a dangerous zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. Again, I apologize for names. I refuse to believe it. You have to believe him, my dude. There's no way you can kill anyone. You have to believe it. He just admitted it.
What is this?
Why you apologize? Because he admitted it. You don't have to keep saying why, my dude. He said he proved it. Yeah.
Now then.
Well, look at Mon is taking a vow of silence, so I'll be allowed to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. Oh, before anyone who wants to really hear it, you can press the circle button to fast forward to the text. No. This, I normally would, but I'm gonna say no. Anyway, it started with a young boy. Why'd you break the fourth wall in the first place? His name was Chihiro Fujisaki. Extremely infuriating complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide the burden and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petty young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex he had taken root deep inside of him and always been easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Dude. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fate, or accept this fact. After all, the world is several of fittest, if not strong, do not survive. Survival of the fittest. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing, "Stop! Don't figure yourself that!" Embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, includes Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Is that what you say? Divulge? Even though he's dressed like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall apart, or fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him even more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent his spiral into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I really don't want to talk about it right now.
But
I also want to leave things the way they are. I don't want to, so I may tell you later about it. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. He wanted to tell us he was a guy? Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become strong.
that's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I want to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be, okay, I'll get better. Dude. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so... That day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to regain his mind and body, but suddenly... That would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell the person his secret first, and then ask to help him from there. That person went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was Monica. But why, you jerkwad? Blacken had been painfully clear about how important his manly promise were, so Chihiro probably figured that if he could confide to Mondo, it was honor to keep it a secret. Ah, man. Why'd you kill him? Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo had very symbols of a strong man. That Chihiro was, well, okay. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, I'm sorry. And he thought the only thing Mondo supported would be... Then why'd you kill him? So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep a promise he made to Chihiro. What did he... You mean, the way Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he had done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it's the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Yeah, that's true. Once that started, a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbooks, see? Then Mondo did all to keep that promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also kill. Why would you do that? Yeah, why would you do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, why? You guys trust each other, right? So why? Why did he kill him? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it's meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
That's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of foolery. Even if you cannot comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you the embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate bike gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place is because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It's all because of Daya that Mondo ever got the motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his own family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust and respect. He even wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he immediately imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was exception on the stereo kind brother. Meanwhile, the charisma older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. I'm sorry for my spelling. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest bike gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have taken over the gang from his big brother suddenly, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya has created this gang in Bear's name. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone really take be our leader, and all that'll do for game's bad luck? Ugh, I can't read, apparently. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of everyone remembering, which is why
I
gotta get strong. Stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come up on top. And on that night, his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. During the race, a tragic struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandonment, eager for victory, and dashed into an oncoming traffic. But suddenly, laid in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I'm sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise of his brother, he could never admit to anyone what it was to his own weakness and had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That's because the explanation of what happened, Mondo's lies became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so badly, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. It keeps repeating strong several times. I'm not gonna read all that. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how thought the pretending to be, he was just another weakling that could die instead. And then the lovely and hate. Would you stop calling yourself that? You're not lovely. You're hated. No one likes you, Manda. At this point, Monokuma. At this point, it's clear the point is shedding light in the secret. Mondo killed his own little brother. No matter what happens, I couldn't let the other gangs find out. If that happened, everyone would have been ruined. Every time my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd be carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why he killed him, Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head was filled with all kinds of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never let anyone like that before. I never felt anything like that before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzz and easiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Huh? Cause I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I want to I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lies I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? What a secret Monokuma might tell us. Whatever secret Monokuma tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying I'm...
What?
If I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try it and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? Was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn
Why
you.
did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? What is...
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strengths.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong.
Yeah.
Strong. He keeps repeating strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up, when I was laying at my feet, covered in blood, I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him down on the ground. You dumbass.
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Oh no, he's not angry. He hid that weak side from him away from everyone. That's what his secret. His weakness, like at living heart, has turned to cold blood. Dude. He like killed another living cold heart blood. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. He couldn't have cut free from the regards. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. I see hope. Bastard. Shut up, you go ahead, say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
There is gonna be hope. And you're gonna be crushed, Monokuma. Time for punishment. Yeah. It's punishment, my dude.
It can't be.
Yeah, the execution.
Well now,
That's why I was proposed to you, right? The blacken that disturbed the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate bike gang leader. Yeah, hold on.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Dude. Mondo.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Dude. Oh, man. Oh, my God. What's with the pompadour, Mondo? Or Monokuma? It looks ridiculous on you. What the? This is the weirdest one I've ever seen. Oh, the the Cage of Death. That's what it's really named. But you're 2D. How are you able to? Huh? What's with the hula hoop? Why are you using a hula hoop? Why is it? How did I get electrocuted? There's no... What the... That seems... What the... Yeah, you need to work out more. What the heck happened to Mondo? Where is he? What the... What the... Mondo butter? Man. Wait, he turned to butter? Yeah, there goes butter for me for the rest of my life. Wait, hold on. That's physically impossible, though. And death, and your soul will forever be at peace. Yeah, it pretty much is. Yeah, he's dead. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Don't do it, dude. Don't go mad. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again, but he, of course, had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane. Do you know that a game, once our friend is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death. I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a reason response except I just don't understand why. Why do you go on your way to disguise Monokuma's crime? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like a voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So ignored the nighttime rules too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be
done.
done.
I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, so I decided to return to my room when I happened to stumble upon him. I suppose Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. And he'd gone. After he's gone... I can't read. What do you mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He had a slight idea that I would see him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answers revealed right from the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a helping hand. You sick bastard. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
See.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene. But damn, man. If we figured out who really done it, wouldn't you be dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before we reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned around and looked me in the eyes. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, I never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I decided to become the Blacken, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason? Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Yeah. You like to perform an elaborate execution each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair is not just for you. It's all this punishment, all the despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. Yeah, he is. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
Damn.
What do you mean? Yeah, what does he mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Why do people keep repeating themselves?
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever it does, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting!
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifyingly friendship. No, please don't.
That's enough.
Shut up. I won't stoop to a level of a childish criminal like you. I'll just say this. After I've accomplished complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
Of the Togami family, of which victory is a fourth conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Oh, so, okay, so he's just reading... So in case you guys don't know, I'm actually just reading all this as much as I can. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Huh. Weird. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. I need to punch Monokuma in the face. Monokuma's laugh played across the courtroom, and the curtains closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. Before I knew it, it wasn't the end. The killer game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who are still alive, our worst fears and despairs keep on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell, about to have more of a future. All the courage, our effects, our friendship, it felt like its amount to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match.
Who are you talking to?
But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
Huh?
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Excuse me?
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
You talking about? There's something I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. There's a 16th member, that's right.
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Excuse me? You twisted jerk. Boy's life in despair. Chapter 2, the end. 10 students left. I have a very bad feeling about this. To be continued. Alright, thank you all for watching this. Ooh, the crazy diamond present. Sweet. Thank you for guys watching this. If you like this, please like and subscribe. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody! Oh, wait, there's a comment? We'll call this an extra. There was a comment? Let's see. I'm sorry. I know you've seen somewhat of Chapter 1. This is your first time playing. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to read your comment. I didn't see you commented. This is the first time, technically this isn't the first time I've played the first 2 chapters. I played Despair Girls, and then I just kept going on from there. If you can see, I've played chapters 1 and 2. From 3 onwards, it's going to be completely blind by me. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys next time on chapter 3.